Hello everyone, it's Selene. I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds to find me. Boy, I have a lot of exciting things going on here. I'm going to turn my volume off, hopefully. You have one unread notification. Perfect. It's popped up over my screen, whatever that notification is, but I'm hoping that will go away. Okay, I have a lot to share with you. So let's start with this past Saturday. I just posted a number that I can't even wrap my head around for the fundraiser that we did on Saturday. And just since then, I pulled it up on my computer. Let's do God's work first. We're at $17,440 raised. And thank you, God, for bringing the right people into our lives. You know, stampers are amazing people. And when we rally together for a cause, amazing things can happen. So thank you to the entire team of demonstrators, my friends from across the country. We may not be on the same Stampin' Up! Team, but we band together every year and we raise money for breast cancer, which rolls over into so many other programs. So I am just beyond excited. Actually, that's one of the reasons when I created this card for my stamp club coming up, that I had my praying snowman, because I love you guys so much. I know that's backwards, but that is where the inspiration came from. It. I wanted to have my praying snowman, and we didn't have one, so I made one. Okay, so that's the first thing. Stamp Out Breast Cancer, huge success beyond what I could even think, and I hope it keeps going. I hope we get to 20. I hope we double what we did last year. It would be amazing. So that's the first thing. Second thing, I'm gonna go find us on the Facebook group. I gotta close out of some of my windows. I've been planning some big changes to my business. I've had a stamp club in person since, I don't know, 16 and a half years. I did a craft fair, I started my stamp club, and I've had a stamp club ever since. And it's always been in person, and then the pandemic happened, and my in-person club was still in person. They picked up from the hook out front. I had a contact-free hook. I did a video for them. I did a directions sometimes, but not all the time, because it was just a 3-card class. And they could make the 3 projects, and I could even change what stamp sets I used and all of that. Hey, Robin. Hey, Deborah. So I'm so glad to see you all here today. So those... that stamp club would meet, and it was only 3 projects, and I used to have to keep my price per project less than $3, and I didn't even do that this month. I gave them a bag, and they had, you know, I like to give more, and I couldn't based on the way that my club was structured. So I decided to make a change, and with 30 people in my stamp club, I needed to do it at a time when it was most fair for everyone, because they would take turns being a host. And then 10 people would be in a group, and they'd all agree to place an order for 10 months. And then one person would be a host every month. Well, the concept's a little outdated, and I was chasing people for orders. And it's not because they didn't want to give me an order. It was because they got busy. And they have lives, and they're important people, and they do so many important things for other people that I was like chasing them, and they were feeling bad, and oh, it's me again, and I'm the one you're waiting for. And I had to stop the craziness. So I am starting a new group called Stampers 8. It will be both in person and to go. The new club will feature 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each, instead of just 3 projects. It'll be 8 projects, but 1 more design and 2 of each, which is nice, because I've often heard that people wish that they had a card that they could keep and a card that they could send so that they could have a template on when to use, right? So how it's going to work is the people who want to come in person can still come in person, and the club meets at the same time my other club met, the last Tuesday of the month. So it's 2 nights consecutive, Tuesday and Wednesday, and I'll adjust it if we grow in person, but we'll see. It's Tuesday and Wednesday, and we meet at 5, at 6:30, or 8 o'clock, and people can funnel in and make their 8 projects. I would say that they'll probably do all their stamping, assemble one, and maybe even take the other one to go if they're busy or in a rush or whatever. But they shouldn't take more than an hour and a half to put together for the 8 projects. Let's see. It will include $22 at least in product. This month, I went a little bit overboard, so they're going to get $25 in product. Just because of the way the projects work out. So $22 to $25, $26 in product, we'll see. The club price will be $39.50. It will include envelopes. So if you make 8 cards, you'll get 8 envelopes. You'll get an embellishment. You'll get what you need to assemble your cards. I'll do all the die cutting. I even pre-tied some bows, and I'm going to show you this card class in its entirety today live. However, this is the first one, so I just want to explain to you how it works. And then moving forward, there will be a private group, a Facebook group, where all the PDF directions will be posted and pre-recorded videos. So they're nice and clean, and you don't have to listen to me go blah, blah, blah in between. How's that? Or no ums. I'll edit the ums. So there'll be nice clean recordings and 8 projects, and they'll be posted to that private group as well as emailed to everybody. So they'll be privately recorded, uploaded to YouTube on a private link, and then you'll get access to them that way. So to give you an idea, I designed the first month. So people who join between now and November 10th can get in on this one. After November 10th, you'll get in on the December club, and I will announce on December 1st, the first of every month, which stamp set or bundle we'll be using, and you'll actually be able to add it to your club purchase if you want. Now, Robin Greger just joined my team a couple of weeks ago, so now that she's a demonstrator, if she wants to pick up the stamp set and be in the club, she could buy the stamp set from herself. So that makes me happy because I want her to get those sales. So, and I want her to have her discount. So it's a win-win for me. I'm thrilled to be able to support more people by offering it online, which I've never done for club. And I'm excited and nervous, and yeah. So up in the the write-up I did on the video, I did bullet points of everything about club. But if you have questions about club and they come through, I will update the description of club and what you can expect from it. I'm calling it Stampers 8 because we went from 3 cards to 8, and now we get 8 projects instead of 3. So that makes me happy. But without further ado, I'd like to give you a sneak peek of what we're doing. The PDF for this is not done. I finished designing these this morning because I've been a little bit busy with that fundraiser, 17,440. But that's all, you know, that's people coming together, and oh God, I mean, absolutely amazing. And I don't even know what else to say about that. Oh, and there's one more thing up in the description of this video. During that busy week last week, something that I've been working on came through, the Stampin' cruise. And I posted the link to our private Facebook group, but I haven't emailed it out to my full group yet. And we already have 14 crafters registered for that cruise. So I only have room for 20 more, and I'm giving you fair notice right now. If you want to be on that cruise, the link for all of the information is up in the description of this video so that you can find it and decide if you'd like to join us on the open sea. Woohoo! All right, so thank you so much, Anne. You know, every single person does a little bit, And then when we get together, it just adds up to so much. And I am astounded and grateful. And yeah, I don't have any other words. I'm just amazed. So thank you everybody for your support on that. All right, so let me show you this really cool new class that I came up with for my Stampers 8 group. We already have 12 people that joined from the other group with sight unseen. They didn't know what the club was going to be, and they were like, sign me up. If you're doing it, I know I'm going to like it. So that's exciting to me. Let me flip the camera and we'll get started. Okay. I'm going to have to move my table here a little bit too. Okay. Ta-da. Welcome to my mess. Okay, so every month when you get your Stampers 8 project, unlike this one, which I just made for myself right now, so hopefully I got all the pieces in there. When I do them for club, I always double check. You guys know how I do my packages. On the bottom are the 8 envelopes that go with these projects. Now, most of the time it's going to be cards, but once in a while you might get a gift box or you might get something different. So just be aware, it's Stampers 8. There'll be 4 projects, 2 of each. And I need to go find this video so I can see your comments. I just need 1 second here. Darn computers. Okay, so you'll notice this one has 2 different colors, and that's something new for club. Here we go. Now I can see you. Hang on, share. Hang on. I'm trying. Darn computer. It's killing me. Share to a group. Here we go. I'm sorry about that. 1 second. So when I do videos for you for the new club, it will be pre-recorded. So there won't be any of that waiting. You'll be able to sit down with your package and just start creating. Okie doke. So here we are. So Happy Mail has arrived. When you have your club packet, I am going to label it with the name of the class so that if you ever need to go into the Facebook group or into your email to find the past PDF and video, that it'll be easy to find. So I just did this to seal it up today because I was done packaging my own stuff. I love these stickers. They make me happy when I mail stuff out to people. Okay, so as you can see, the first card will be on top. So this will go in the order of the PDF. And remember I said that there are, and that's for the next card. So remember I said that there are $25 worth of product this month? Well, there is, yeah. It's a full bolt of this ribbon, and I've been playing with this one, so I'm just going to keep it. A half a package of designer paper, and this month I chose the In Colors, and you'll be using this on your projects. And then a full package of the matte In Color 2022 to 2024 In Color dots. My goodness, that's a lot of words. And of course, the full supply list and PDF will show up in your email if you sign up and on the Facebook group. So if you lose it in your email, you'll have a place like a reference library you can go back. You'll have access to that Facebook group for as long as you're a member. So just like a gym membership. For this particular class, I used Sweet Sorbet ink. You could probably sub in another color if you didn't have it. I used it on a lot of stuff for this one card. And then I used a pumpkin pie marker and a black marker. If you didn't have pumpkin pie, you could probably use a blender pen and an ink pad, or you can even substitute with some of the paper I sent you, and I'll show you that as well as we go. Okay, so this is a full class for you today, just so you know, just like club would be. So you'll notice that there's just white paper here and enough for 2 cards. In the new club, you'll be cutting your own designer paper. This is good for a couple of reasons. Let's say that you want to hoard this blue card because I love this paper. Maybe you want to make one blue and one green so that when you cut into your half a pack of paper, that you still have one more design that you can play with on your own after you're done assembling these cards, because you'll have leftover paper. It gives you the choice to make the one that you want, right? So in the past, I've cut everything for you, but what I've learned over the years is that I was enabling people a little bit and that they weren't learning how to cut. So when you come to my house, there will be extra paper cutters on the table. This is the Stampin' Up! One. Here, I'm going to put this off to the side. And for this particular card, we need to cut 2 pieces of paper down to 5 1/4 by 4. And again, that will be in your directions. Now, it was half a pack, so you got 2 designs of each kind. And so when you cut into the blue, you would have had no polka dots left had I not made one in green, but you can make them any which way that you want, okay? So let's go to the paper trimmer, and we're going to trim our paper down for these 2 cards to 5 1/4 by 4. And then you'll get a full bolt of ribbon that you can use on your projects this month, and those gems, which is really good because I couldn't do that in the old club. I would have run out of embellishments that were all the same color had I not been able to switch my style of club. So I'm very excited. And then you can hold on to these pieces and even maybe decorate the inside of your card or use it again. I know, it's a thing, Trisha. I have trouble cutting into some of my paper. So 5 1/4 by 4 on both of these. And then I need a Stampin' mat so that I can stamp my words. This is the Snowman Magic stamp set. It has 29 different stamps in it. I almost didn't buy it because I saw the sample in the back of the catalog and the snowman had no eyes, and I thought, ugh, I don't want that stamp set. But then as I looked closely at somebody else's card, I'm like, wait a minute, that snowman has a face. Why does this have no eyeballs? So it really, the sample in the catalog originally turned me off from it, but now that I've been playing with this, you could go for days. There's so many stamps in the set that I didn't even touch. And I used a lot of them. I can do a little bit more now. It's a little bit freeing to have more products to play with my friends. So I'm going to stamp this right in the middle of my designer paper to start. And then I found that for this border that I cut out, that it was much easier to use liquid glue to adhere it. So let's do that. Oh, it's the most magical time of the year. Tell me, I kind of like Thanksgiving. Do you guys have any Thanksgiving traditions that you can share with me? How about if you share one? And while we're waiting, and we can read them all together. I know, because it's usually I'm on the fly. Ooh, I don't like how that came out. Hang on. I'm going to flip that because I stamped a little bit high, so I can do this so that I don't mess up my words. All of these can be edited and adjusted. And if you don't want to make it in green and you want to make it in red or purple or whatever, you can go for it. You could even heat emboss the words in white to make it show up. Oh, and look, the little die cut pieces didn't come out of this one. So I will have to run these one at a time for each of the packets. So if you do have a little bit of love in there, just pop it out before you stick it down and know that I tried. Let's see. Well, I was doing this quick for me because I wanted to make sure that I could come on at noon, and as it was, I didn't make it. I was a little bit later than I wanted to be. I got distracted by the 17,000 for the fundraiser. I had to go post that. That's my excuse anyway. All right, so here we go. Most magical time of the year. And I don't know, the green actually shows up better on camera, I think. I'm looking at it on the playback. Hey, Kay. Nice to see you. Okay. So here is my snowman, and he's adorable. When people come to class, I'm going to have 2 stamp sets because we used this on 3 different cards, and there's only 1 snowman stamp. So I'll make sure that I have an extra one for everybody that's coming. Okay. Now, if you were at home and you didn't happen to buy this stamp set and you wanted to use stamps that you have, you probably could. And for the outline on this, you could either leave it off or you could draw it in with a pen. I don't think it would be a big deal to substitute. So any of these each month, if you don't have to have the stamp set in order to play along, you could just use what you have. Okay, so here's my faces. I ran out of A blocks. There's a lot of stamps in this set. There's this guy. So my snowman, let's see, for this one is the other one. It's the one that, no. I just want to make sure I get this right. Oh yeah. Might help if I was holding it the right way up. Facebook Live isn't for the weary. Like when you're the camera crew, you're watching your comments, you're still trying to be coherent and deliver a message. It's pretty funny. All right. So here's my guy. So darn cute. And then I did take a pumpkin pie marker and just color it in. If you have, if you don't have the marker and you have a pumpkin pie ink pad, you could pick it up with a blender pen or put some on a plastic bag from your ink pad and pick it up with Wink Estella and color it. Oh yeah, and Trisha, if you didn't hear about Stampers 8, it's all at the top in the description too. I did bullet points when we got on, and if people have questions, I will add to the description in the video so that you guys have all the details you need. But I matched my projects today. I love the gingham so much. I put my new gingham dress on. All right, so there's one. And the nice thing, I don't know if you noticed, but I didn't cut my ribbon and then tie it on. I tied it on and now I'm cutting because my waist is much less when I tie it off the roll. So you'll get a whole bolt so that you can just cut it right off the roll like that. Okay, and I'm going to do another one. So, like I said, you'll be able to make 2 at a time. And I'm going to go up on my club. Usually my club meets for a bunch of time slots and we do a 1 hour slot. I'm going to give them an extra half hour because there's one more project and they're going to do double. So, but it gives me a lot more flexibility for what I can give back, which makes me happy. We all know I like to spoil. Okay, here we go. All right, so I got my scarf on. I'm feeling much warmer. I'm gonna pull in a take your pick tool, and like I said, everything that I touch will be in the directions. So you'll be able to see if you do need to take your pick tool and you don't own one, you haven't stamped with me long enough. These are awesome, and they're only 10 bucks. This has like a little sticky on it, and it's not meant to adhere things on, it's meant to pick things up. So when I need an extra hand to get my hand on these little buggers that want to get away from me, I can push it right off the transfer sheet and put my buttons on my guy. I think I want to go darker with this one. It doesn't matter. You have a whole sheet of them, and they are ombre kind of looking. So you can pick the darkest, you can pick the lightest. You get all the choices. Okay, so for the back of these, we're going to put some dimensionals on them. That's where the power of TV would be good, but we'll do that in the pre-recorded videos when starting in December. You know, it's all about the right support. Okay, so I've got this guy in blue, and I'm just going to do the outsides. It's really just about the height. It's plenty sticky. Oh my gosh, isn't he cute? Oh, and what did I do with my arms? You know, I hand cut these. You'd think that I would have paid more attention. Hang on. And got it on there beforehand, but that's okay. So don't be like me when you assemble. Make sure that you put your arms on before you get going. Hey, Carol, good to see you. And I see so many names that I know donated to that charity, and I just want you to know you all make a difference, and together you're like a mighty force. I'm still astounded by that number. Let's see. Every year I think, oh, how are we going to beat last year? And then this year, I was talking to the program coordinator, Lisa, over at Making Strides, saying, I don't know how we're going to beat 10,800. That's an awful big number, and now I'm like nervous about next year. But God is good. Whatever we can do is good. I think everybody feels that way, though. Like they want to make sure that they do the most they can. Okay, let me see here. So I am just adding a tiny bit of liquid glue to it's like these little dot knob things on the back that came off when I die cut them. It's pretty cool shape. Here, let me come in closer. That you can have something to put the glue on. I bet you it would even go on good with the glue dot, but I'm using the liquid glue because this stuff is sticky, and it's good like even for boxes. So, whoop, geez. You can tell I'm excited. It's been quite a couple of weeks. All right. Booyah. I'm going to try again. It's stuck to my finger and not the... There we go. So cute. So all your die cutting will be done for you. It's just the designer paper that my in-person people, even my to-go people, are used to me cutting your designer paper. I want you to learn how to cut it. So on each of the videos, I will show you how to cut your designer paper for your projects so that you can be successful. Yes, you can still donate, Trish. That's a great question. And the link to donate is up in the description of this video. Okay. Now, because that's all wet, I'm going to put the adhesive on this part just because I don't want to make any more mess. But that's the first project, and we made 2 of them. And I used 2 different colors from the pack. So when you get your designer paper in the mail, you'll be able to make 2 of the green or 2 of the blue, or maybe you can make 1 of each, and then you can hoard 1 more piece of paper in case you happen to need a piece of blue. Can tell which one's my favorite, huh? All right, so that's the first one. Now, if the monthly subscription isn't your bag, that's okay, because I have another class releasing today, and it's actually all cut and ready to go, using a stamp set that is While Supplies Last that just released today. So, okay, so I love you so much. This I made after looking at the fundraiser totals and thinking that I needed to say thanks to God, because my goodness. So we'll pull in the love you so much. In theory, I have a whole bunch of stamps on the table, and they're all clear, and there's a bunch. There's, like I said, there's 29 stamps in this set. I didn't even use them all, but I only have the ones I used on the table. Okay, so I'm going to put the sentiment on first, all the way at the bottom. and hopefully I'm straight because I'm not right on top of it. When I stamp, I like to be right where the camera is right now, right on top of the image to make sure that I can see through it, and I'm not right now. So, oh, yep, crooked. Whatever, it's all good. Somebody's gonna love this card. Okay, so then I'm going to add some ground. So it's kind of fun that you get to do two. It's definitely different from what my club members are used to. And then we'll put this guy up on a hill. Ta-da! So we don't have a stamp that looks like that. So, oh, I guess I should do his arms first, huh? Okay, let's bring in his arms. Good call. Thank you, Joan. I'm so happy you like it. It is very cute. And so what happens, the timeline of the club is you sign up by the 10th, and then the club meets. It gives me a chance to order the product because I don't have the product in-house yet. It gives me a chance to order the product every month. And every month I won't be showing the projects up front like this. I'll just be showing them in the private group because by the 10th, something could go on back order and I could be in trouble. So this month only, I'm showing the projects up front, but I might have to substitute something if something goes on back order, you know? So anyway, to make the snowman nose, I sent you I'm going to send you a strip of 1/4 inch of the pumpkin pie. And I'm going to cut a nose. And I'll tell you, I love cutting noses like this because they all have different personalities. See, that one's like fatter than that one. It's cute. Put that to the side. And not to mention, if you don't have the pumpkin pie marker, you could stamp those on here. I didn't ink up, but you could stamp it on there and cut the nose out and then piece it on. So if you didn't have the ink, you'd be okay. All right, so I'm going to bring that liquid glue back in because that's the easiest thing to do in tight spots. I've already done my arms, which should go first. Here we go. I'm going to keep it on my hand so that it's like, oops, straight up in the air. He is looking up. I'll let that set up. Ooh, what did I do with the other one? There it is. I love this guy. Lots of prayer this week around the fundraiser and about something new and exciting. Let's see. Okay, so there's our nose. And then I used a basic black marker. Thank you, Trisha. I'm excited too, and I'm super grateful. I think it's going to be a way to serve people better. You know, you hold on to something that you're doing because you think it's that it's helping, but I don't think it was a good model, even from my friends that were there. If you feel like you can't draw a mouth in like I just did, this is so easy. You just have to make a letter C. So turn your snowman to the side. You don't have to be an artist to do this. You just need a black marker and you can make your C. And look, they do. They have two totally different personalities. Isn't that fun? All right. Okay. Thank you so much, Anne. I appreciate that. And thanks, Joan. Oh my gosh. So how about your Thanksgiving traditions while we're talking? I'm still waiting for one to come through. Is that part of a set or a bundle? It's not with the snowflake border die. The dies that come with it are part of a bundle, but they're all like snowman parts. So this is the parts I didn't cut with yet. There are so many parts. And like I said, there are so many things I haven't used, Robin. There's a cute winter hat that I didn't get to that I really want to play with. So after I release this club and I'm done with the directions and I do everything I need to do for it, I anticipate that I will be playing with this set some more to give you guys tips and tricks on different ways to use your stuff if you decided to invest in the stamp set. And if you didn't, Robin is the expert, at, oh, I'm not going to take those off yet, at recreating my card packets without having the stamp set. She just takes it and makes something else with it, which is a very cool approach. I always look forward to seeing what Robin will make with my stuff. Okay, so again, I only did the parts that are not designer paper. So I have some cardstock here, and I embossed it already. And again, all of the supplies will end up in the PDF for club members once I post them. And that way I don't have to try and remember. But I want to find this, and this is the Starry Sky designer paper. Let's see. It's that one. So the dots on the back are the gingham. So pretty. So for this one, when you get your packet, you're going to cut your paper at 5 to start. And that is the long way. Okay, so that's the 5. And I'm going to put this piece off to the side. I don't need it right now. And I'm going to cut them down to 5 by 2. So I need 2 pieces, one for each card. And that's going to leave me a 5 by 2 piece. So there's one more thing I need to do with this, and I'm using the other side too. I'm going to cut this down to 4. It's almost like a one sheet wonder, isn't it? Cut it down to 4, and then I'll cut it in half at 1, and we're going to use both of those pieces on our project. So it's a pretty cool layout too if you ever want to recreate it. We need 2 pieces at 5 by 2 and 2 pieces at 4 by 1, and it's the same piece of paper. Okay, so here's the pre-cut bases, and this is thick whisper white. Whenever I make a card out of white, I like to use the thick on the base. It just gives it a little bit more weight. Makes it feel like you're holding something important, you know. And then I like to place these papers so that they are 3 sides equal. There's my art degree coming out. When I went to UMass Lowell, look, I'm a little crooked. I'm afraid to pull that up. I'm going to leave it. I had a professor who showed us, it was a typography class, and we used to make artwork out of letters. So he said, you know, it's kind of an easy class for you guys, so I really want to work on your presentation, that when you make display boards or when you make, you know, anything, that if you display something, let's say that this was a title or whatever, if it's 3 sides equal, so this side, and this side are all equal, that it's gonna look right no matter where you go. Oh, that's okay, Sherry. I'm here a little bit early because I knew that I was going to be live for a little bit longer because I was announcing my Stampers 8 Club. Oh, look, I just put adhesive there. So don't worry. There's so much to share today, and I'm so grateful. There's a lot going on. So this one, I decided that I wanted it equal with that border instead. So it looks a little different than my normal setup, because usually I would make that side 3 sides equal, but I went equal sides there. So now it's like all framed. And like I said, for the club members who would be making these cards, they you'll have a PDF with all the measurements. Okay, so here we go. Dots on top, and I already put adhesive on that. I'm using Seal Plus for this. Super cute. Okay, so at this point, you're getting a full bolt of ribbon this month, and I have to say, it's one of my favorites. I keep putting it on stuff. It's so fun. But you can tie a knot, or you can tie a bow. So there's nothing to say that you can't just tie it on and tie it off and be fine. But I do love a good bow. So there's a couple ways to make a bow. I just did loop, swoop, and pull. How about on the next card, I show you bunny ears. If you're not a bow person, bunny ears seems to be something that people feel success with. Okay. Oh, so cute. And then even like you can make it even smaller and smaller, and it looks like you tied a little tiny bow and you really just made it smaller. Okay, so this one will go bunny ears. Okay. I've been looking at this set on the shelf for a few weeks, and I've been so busy with everything and the fundraiser and everything, I haven't had a chance to design. I started it last night. I finally finished it this morning, but I hit my deadline. I was wanting to finish so I could announce it today and give you guys 10 days to sign up for that club. Ugh, I'm not going to talk this time. So for bunny ears, you make 2 loops and then you tie them together. I'm not going to try and talk and do that. I'm usually a loop, swoop, and pull girl. But then you can pull it smaller. And again, I'm tying it right off the roll, so I'm not wasting. I did waste this, right? That I could probably put on another project, but I didn't waste anything on this side. So it's a nice way to conserve your ribbon if you're tying off your own roll. Okay, and then let's bring our praying snowman in. Oh, I love him so much. Oh my gosh, it makes me so happy. Can't even make that up. So on the dots, you're going to have 2 different colors of embellishments because you only get 3 of each. This is great though for me because, you know, during Stamp Club, I would have had to put a rhinestone on it instead of giving you something a little more interesting like these. So bringing in the take your pick. And so this is the darkest and next to darkest, and I'm just going to give them 3 buttons. So 1, so cute. 2, and you know, if you want to make them a little pudgy, you can move this one out a little bit and it'll give them some girth. So it goes around the rolls. Nothing better than a pudgy snowman. Let's see. Okay, 2. So if, and the other thing, you know, another tip, if you're doing 3 in a row like this, having the top and bottom done and then doing the middle after means that you're more likely to get it towards the middle. And if you want, of course, you got to wink everything. We can put some Winkestella on his nose. You could even make carrot marks with the black marker if you'd like, but I'm going to leave them plain for now. And like I said, if bows aren't your thing, feel free to tie that off and just tie twice to make a knot and trim. It will just be just as pretty. Okay, so that's the second project. Oop, looks like I lost a paratrooper there. Here, let me see. Ta-da! Put him back on the transfer sheet. Don't want to waste a thing. Okay, so the next one is Sweet Sorbet, and this guy has a lot of pieces, so I had fun with it. Be careful when you open your package, because there's a ton of little pieces, and you can see I tied off a bow here. Let's put that there so you guys can see. I tied off a bow for you that you can just glue dot on. It's a freestanding one, so I don't mind tying bows. So these are also using the stylish shaped dies. I use those quite a bit in all of my classes. Here's her hat, and there's the little bird. And here's a snowflake for her hat. And here's the main piece that we're gonna put on the hat. Let's see. I'm gonna stamp on those. I'm gonna put this off to the side though for a second because, whoops, I grabbed some of the next card. That happens sometimes. I'm going to take those and put them back in there we go. Okay. I need to bring back the paper cutter, and we need to find our sweet sorbet. This paper measures 3 by 4, and it sits on a 4 1/4 by 3 1/4 that in my rush I didn't cut, or maybe I didn't put it in the packet, but that's okay. I want that gingham pattern again. So this paper is a 6 by 6, so I'm going to start by cutting 4. And again, I'll save that for something later. And then what I need is 2 pieces that are 3 by 4. So when I cut this in half at 3, I'll get the 2 pieces I need out of 1 piece of paper. And I did, I don't usually prep for just myself, so I did forget a layer. So I'm going to cut the 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. When I prep these packets, I usually have helpers, and we have a double check system that we lay all the packets out on the table, so cutting one is very strange for me. But I really wanted you to see what you could expect from Card Club. Okay. So these are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And I can attach the designer paper to those to start because there's no stamping on that. And I have a really cool move with the ribbon I want to show you because these are actually gift card holders. I thought it kind of looked like an ornament. So if you're on the inside of this, there's no adhesive, and you could slip a gift card under here and glue dot it in and then write your message in on the white paper that would be there if I wasn't rushing this morning. It's all good. Like I said, once they go out in the mail, I rarely get issues with the kits coming, missing a piece. Although one time I did forget one die cut piece, and I sent it to everybody in an envelope afterwards in a card because that's what I need to do, Okay. Here we go. So to determine where I want my ornament to sit, I'm gonna, where I want the ribbon to sit, I'm gonna stick my ornament down first. So here's my my red piece, my sweet sorbet, and I'm gonna do that on both pieces. And then attach them, I'll attach them to the card front after, and I'll explain why. To get that piece on the inside of the card to make your gift card holder, and it's so funny because, like you said, Trish, it is crazy, but I don't usually prep one, so that was just out of my norm this morning. That's good. I really wanted to show you this. I'm putting this where it lines up coming out of the bottom of the ornament so that when I wrap it around the inside of the card, I'll be able to put it on top after. So I've got it in the right spot. I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to attach my white onto the card base. Isn't that fun? So this is making my gift card holder. And then I'm going to put a little adhesive there, and this will sit behind the stamped piece. So it looks like it's hanging. Okay, so that's where I'm at right there. And I'm going to put that to the side for a second, and I'm going to do the same thing with the other card. So let's show it again. We've got a little bit of adhesive here. Whoop. Stuck to my finger. Make sure that my ornament is in the right spot so that it'll hang from the middle of the ornament. Adhere that down. Put adhesive across here. run it through the inside of the card to make my gift card holder, because we all need those this time of year. And trim. Okay, so I'm going to put those both to the side, and then we'll get to stamping, because there's a lot of stamping to do. Oh, thank you, Robin. Tell the boys I said hello. She's the cutest grandsons. Okay. Here we go. So I've got sending wishes for a cool Christmas. Oh, I guess I should bring that in closer again, huh? And we'll stamp those. I don't like the way that came out. I'm going again. Thank goodness for the other side. Close enough. And then we'll trim it off just at an angle. So for this, I have a little tip. This paper is going to end up sitting white on white, but rather than add another layer, because we got plenty of layers here, I'm going to add edging to the side of this. So I'm going to just stick this right to the edge of my, and try not to get my fingers in it. And then I'll set it aside to dry while we do the rest of the stamping. Then, oh my gosh, these are so cute, it kills me. We've got 2 hats and 2 cardinals. And these are really easy to see when you have them against a black border. So when you're at home stamping these, you would want to make sure that you have your black piece of paper underneath, because the white's on top and it's contrasting. So it gives you a better chance of hitting it right on, because I pre-die cut these for you. So, and the other thing is, if you're off to the side a little bit, you're not going to see it because it's going to be white on white and it's going to look good all popped up. So don't be hard on yourself if you miss a little bit. I am not right on top of it. So I'm probably going to be a little crooked. Of course, that one came out perfect because I said I was going to be crooked. All part of the rules. Okay. Here we go. So there's my cardinals and my hats. Oh, so fun. All right, next we're going to stamp me and Brian. I mean, the boy and girl snowman. So once you're in the club group, I would give you the option to add on the stamp set or the bundle if you want, and there'll be a separate little link for that after. But these projects are exclusive to the Stampers 8 group, and I am so excited to finally be announcing this. I've been waiting for, feels like forever. So I am using the same snow person, but I am turning just a little so that they look different. And it does. It looks like 2 different snow people. Oh, almost forgot my hat. Here's your hat. What's your hurry? So I'm going to grab the top hat for Mr. Brian. I don't know why I see me and Brian in this, but it's pretty funny. There's that. Ooh, that's stinky. I'm going again. I don't like how that came out. Like I said, thank goodness for the other side. Just excited. I kind of like that the top of the head of the snowman is flat. It does make it a little easier now that I'm actually looking at it. Oh, that's awesome, Barbie. That's so cool. I will be creating that private Facebook group today, so you should expect to see an invite come across your Facebook. Okay, let's see. Now I have these two snow people. Here's this guy. So these two people are facing each other with their carrots. So the carrot that goes that way is the girl, and the carrot that goes that way is the guy. At least that's how I did it. And I'm going to start by stamping the guy face. Oh, and I forgot his tie on that one. And then we'll give her a face. This is the whole reason I originally didn't buy the set, because like I said, the catalog had it with no face, and I was like, what is going on with that? I don't want that one. Sorry if I hit the camera with my head. Yep, I did sway. Sorry about the sway. All part of the experience, right? Okay, so here is my marker. And like I said, if you didn't have the marker, you could stamp on the big long orange piece I gave you and cut it out and piece it in. That would work too. Okay, and let's get a tie on the guy on the right. Now he's all dressed. That's much better. And I don't want to forget a thing, right? So, aren't these sunglasses killer? Oh! 100%. Just stamp them right on top. So cool. I went a little high with that one. I'll be able to fix it here. If you ever make a mistake when you're stamping, I don't draw it in, but I do take the thin part of my marker and I can dot. So you dot until it fills in, and then it looks like you stamped it rather than if you use a marker to draw. So that was a good tip. Let's see. How about, oh, I put the ink pad away. How about arms? So I will repost this into the Facebook group as soon as I create it. Here, let's go down with that one. We'll have them holding hands. What do you think? So cute. And there's two different arms, so I didn't use the same one. I just swapped it, and look at, I can't even stand it. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. What a great way to kick off club with such an adorable bundle. And I had no use for it like a month ago, which is really funny. Now I love it. Okay, is that all my black? I just going through. Yeah, I think that's all of it. So I have a piece of plastic here on the table. And here's my Sweet Sorbet ink pad. And I'm going to take a little dot of it and mush it up to the Sweet Sorbet, up to the thingy. And here's my Wink of Stella. And I'm going to pick up my Wink of Stella and color the top of his hat in. And I did a dark on one side and just let the color run out. So it looks like dark to light. It almost looks like a highlight when you do it that way, but it's very cute. Okay, we're getting there. Then I've got the ground again. So let's put them standing on something. Oh, I went a little low there. Here, let me go higher. You can't really mess this up too much. Like, I'm going to do some here, so they look like they're on the yellow brick road a little bit. So they don't need to be standing on the ground, because there's two lines there. So I'm going to finish all the stamping, and then I'm going to draw the middle in. And it's, again, it's nothing fancy. You just have to be able to draw a line. So here's my black marker, and there's the ground. So I'm just going to like follow it back down, like to connect it. So there's the ground, and again, just pick a line and go for it. So now they have like a path that they're standing on. Isn't that cool? Oh, thank you. I got the wow. Oh, you got the wow for the sunglasses. Yeah, right? So darn cute. Okay. Where did my dimensionals go? There they are. So I'm going to stick a dimensional on the back of these, and then I'll have to trim them for the bird. So cute. Just barely fits on there, so you got to be, it's kind of tight, but if you wanted to, you could actually cut them in half or use minis. And then for the bird, I'm gonna trim and just cut a smaller piece. I've seen it in classes where people will take the backing off and then cut it, but then your scissors end up all sticky. So I recommend cutting through the top layer and peeling them off like normal, just getting what you need from the side. If you peel the back off, your scissors will end up sticky, but this way it doesn't seem to. All right, I think that's all our pieces. Okay, so I'm gonna bring our card base back in. And there's the one we turned over. Perfect. Ooh, geez, I stuck it on. That's so funny, there was glue there. I should have used undo, but it's all right. I didn't wreck it. Okay, so there's that. And then we need to turn her into a girl. She's got a hat. Here's our cute little hat. Is that a sun hat? I don't know what kind of hat that is. Here's the snowflakes, and be careful when you're opening these because they do have a lot of pieces and they can get lost easy. So I'm gonna add the glue here, just a tiny little dot, and then drop the snowflake on. It'll be easier and I'll be less likely to lose the snowflake or get glue on my hands. So there we go. I'm just gonna push it into the glue and then let it set up. Then I can go back to this guy, sending wishes for a cool Christmas. And I'm gonna, it's dry now after putting it in the ink pad, right? But I'm gonna make a mountain first. I'll show you this way. You kind of form it with your fingers, and then you make your molehills to make your cool banner. And I was laughing because I was like, oh yeah, this is cool in a couple of ways. She's cool because she has a snowflake on her hat. And he's cool with the sunglasses. So sending wishes for a cool Christmas. Absolutely adorable. And, oh, it's a Sunday church hat. Yeah, I guess it is. That's a funny story. When I was little, here's my cardinal. When I was little, I would go clothes shopping with my mom, and I was fussy like any teenager, right? I have one now, I should know. And she's not fussy all the time, but she does get fussy about clothes shopping, that's for sure. So she would be I kind of was on to her a little bit after a while, because she's like, no, I don't want to buy that for you to wear like with your friends. I want to buy that for you to wear to church. So it became a joke between me and my mom that when I didn't like something that she wanted me to wear, I'd say, oh yeah, that's great, Mom, I'll wear it to church. So that's your, it's our inside joke still. My mom is awesome. She's in church just about every day. Eucharistic minister. Let's see. Okay, so now I'm going to put the buttons on. And what I did, because you only get 3 of each kind, so you could do, you know, all 4 rows, or you can do 2 light ones and a dark, and then 2 dark ones and a light. And I did that for this one. There's a darker one in the middle, but you can't really even see because it's so subtle, the difference. I'm going to take this one because I know that I'm going to make 2 of these cards. And actually, this one takes the longest, so I'm not going to bore you. You know that we made 2. But totally cute. She's got a little extra pudge there. She needs to go on a diet like me. Here we go. We'll straighten her up a little. And then, so cute. All right. So that's all the pieces for this one. And like I said, I have everything ready to make my second one. But if I'm running short on time, I can do that one later as long as all my pieces are stamped. So that's an option too when you're here at the in-person club. Final card, same embossing folder. I love it. And we need that designer paper again. Hang on, let me show you the sample. So this is going to use the orchid piece in your packet. And like I said, it was a half a pack, so you still have quite a bit. And I also cut this one. Well, no, it was 3 3/4 by 2 3/4 because the outside is 4. So I did cut it down a little bit. But like I said, I'll make sure that the PDF has all of the measurements perfect. So 3 3/4. And when I'm cutting for classes, if I know that I'm cutting something 2 3/4 and I'm cutting, 3 of them at a time, I have a guillotine cutter, I will first cut at 5 1/2 and then cut it 2 3/4 because it's just easier to not have to take the whole thing out when it falls out and reposition it while it's still on the cutter than it is to have it fall in. So that's your tip. 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. So that's the stuff that you get in Card Club that you don't normally get because I do all the cutting for you. Little tips. Okay. So here we go. And if you like this dot side better than you like the gingham side, use that. I wanted gingham against gingham. They're both adorable. You can do your favorite, whatever that is, or one of each. And like I said, because you get a half pack of the paper, if you decide to sub out any colors, you can. So it gives you a lot more flexibility. And it gives me a way to spoil you more because I can give you more product in the packages. These 2 pieces are white, are for the inside because it's a darker card and you might not see real well. So anything that's darker, I like to give an insert. And then we'll do our stamping next. So this one has a big long phrase. It says, let's see, thinking of you this season. But I just wanted the thinking of you. So we're going to use a technique called omitting, and it's just easy enough. You can do it with a marker or an ink pad, especially with photopolymer. It makes it easy because you can see where the ink pad ends. So I'm just going to ink up to where the U ends and stamp it in the middle. Well, kind of down a little bit because we're going to put a buddy on top. But this season doesn't get any ink at all, and because I didn't ink it up, there's no marks on the other side. So it could be this season, and I could even take a pair of scissors and cut it and put one on top of the other so it fits on the circle, but I just wanted thinking of you. I always need those types of cards. I don't know about you guys. Let's bring the sample back in so you can see that. And then, oh, he's so cute. My little bunny. So it could be good for a card now, or you could even save it for the spring. But, when anyone's having a bad day, wouldn't a bunny help? Just saying. Okay, so we'll put dimensionals on the back of this layer. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I do appreciate your time, and I hope you're having fun. If you're not having fun, I'm not doing it right. So, let's see. I buzzed in on one of my friends earlier when she was in a business meeting about the breast cancer fundraiser, and I may have said a bad word, but it was out of excitement. So in context, in a business meeting, I'm sure it didn't look great, and I apologize to my friend. She's like, I'm in a meeting and my screen is shared right now. I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. But I was just excited beyond words, and yeah, seemed like the right word. Okay, so here we go. Well, I really wanted to show you what you could expect from Card Club. And so the Card Club videos would be a little bit shorter, because if I was flipping these over to put dimensionals on the back, you wouldn't have to wait for that. I would trim up the video so that you could move forward and just watch the beefy parts. The other thing about that is to know that there's a pause button. So, oh, thank you so much, Joan. I'm so grateful. And that fundraiser just is on fire. My husband thinks it's going to go to 20, because we have until the end of the year. And there's usually a bunch of, you know, people that didn't see it, or they forgot to donate or whatever. And, you know, even at $20, $25 a piece, those add up. And crafty people, you're a mighty force. And then when we get together with all my other demonstrator friends, man, we blew the roof off of Drake it this week. So cool. Okay, so thinking of you, I'm just going to pull a few of these. Even though you could pull every dimensional, I only pull, you know, 3 or 4, because that's about, the dimensional amount is about the height. It's plenty sticky with just a few. But I like if you pull this card out of the drawer in a year, I want that thing to be perfect. So I'm gonna paint my bunny with just Wink Estella. He's so cute. If you wanted to, you could take a light gray marker and color underneath. I didn't do it for the original card, and it's not part of the directions, but you know what? I feel like an on the fly is coming. Any smoky slate, any smoky slate marker, ink pad, blend would work. And if you want to give him ground, you can just legit put a little ground under him. Doesn't that even, so that's smoky slate. You could use the in color blue here, the Orchid Oasis, but no need. And like I said, just like the other one, we're going to make 2, but I value your time, so you don't need to sit through 2 of them. This one's pretty simple. And that is the last of the 8 projects. So 2 each, 4 designs. And the sign-ups for club are right up in the description of this video. And will stay open until November 10th. If you were to sign up on November 11th, you would be signed up for December's kit. So the deadline is November 10th at midnight Eastern Standard Time, just so you know. And let's see, let's put an inside in this, because it is a little bit dark. Not terrible, but unless you have a white pen, then you wouldn't need the inside. But there you go. All right. Whew, that was a lot. How long have I been talking? I bet it's a while. All right, I'm going to flip the camera. Does anybody have questions about Card Club? So it's 8 projects a month. It's $39.50. It includes shipping. If you're local to me and you come, there'll be like a goodie bag for you to pick out of instead of shipping. So that'll be fun. And lots of surprises in store. I have a lot planned for it. I've been waiting forever to do this, and today's the day. So pretty cool on that. $17,000 raised for breast cancer. Thank you, because it's all about you guys. I mean, yeah, I put money in, but I don't have $17,000 to put in. So when we band together, boy, it's pretty amazing. Crafting cruise, as of yesterday, had 15 signups, so I have room for 20 more. We cut the room off at 34. Trisha is asking if my Stampers 8 Club will always be cards. For the most part, yes. There will always be cards in the pack, but once in a while, I may throw in a box or a 3D. I really like small boxes, things that will hold gifts. Even some of our packaging that we offer from Stampin' Up. So one of the projects might be a 3D project. So Debbie, good to see you. Trisha, thank you for the question. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, so that's why I called it Stampers 8 and not Card Club, because eventually you might get a box or a bag or something cute out of me, especially if you're getting half a pack of paper. How easy is it that you can make a box or a bag out of that? So we'll see. Lots of surprises in store, and I am so very grateful for you guys. Thank you for being here on Tuesdays, or usually at 3. I came to you early because I wanted to make sure that I had enough time to get out all of the information. Speaking of, there's one other class that's dropping today, and it is with a bundle of products that are while supplies last. So originally, knowing that I was going to announce the club, I didn't want to announce this at the same time, but this is ready to mail out. These aren't until the end of the month. So you have to sign up by the 10th. I'll order the stuff. I have to wait for it to come in. I get to cut the pieces. And this is ready to go today. So I will also be emailing this out. I don't have all 4 cards to show you because I took them to the craft fair, and this is the only one out of the 12 cards I made that I have left. So they were big sellers at the craft fair. So anyway, I hope that you have a wonderful week, and I thank you so much. Like I said, I am high as a kite because of the fundraiser and everything that's going on. I feel very blessed, and I just want to say thank you again, and have a great week. I'll see you next Tuesday at 3 o'clock.